Striker Scorpion 82 is now sponsored by Warhammer Combat Cards, a card battle game featuring your favourite Citadel miniatures from the 40k universe. Build your army decks, dominate opponents in player versus player action, collect and upgrade cards to fit your strategy, improve their power and unlock unique traits. Choose from all 40k factions, take part in campaigns based on iconic 40k battles, rise to the top of the leaderboard and win glory. Free to download and play, link is in the video description below or on the channel homepage, and by using the unique link it helps support the channel. Thanks and enjoy the game. Welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 2,000 points, 1,000 Suns Chaos Space Marines versus Adeptus Mechanicus. Alright, so welcome to this 2,000 points game. Adeptus Mechanicus versus 1,000 Suns Chaos Space Marines. This is a league battle here. So the first battle in the league for the 1,000 Suns, all the armies getting 3 games each, and then Adeptus Mechanicus, they've played 2 games, so this will be their third game for them. So 1,000 Suns looking to get off to a good start. Adeptus Mechanicus have struggled, just awaiting the new codex, new units, new structure for the list, but they'll get their army revamped soon, and even if they're knocked out of the league, we'll still see some experimental and friendly matchups with the AdMech. So just before I run through the list here, for the 1,000 Suns, just mention the patrons at gold level. So that's Andrew Swan, Bob Longboy, Chris Heem, Frank Verfecki, Longbow BB, Lucas Becker, Luke Schwengel, Marcus Anthony, Michael Fryer, Nathan Scrizuti, Nicholas Lucas, Paul Cook, Ray Cross and Will Wright. So big thanks to them for their support at gold level. Then at the end of the video, I'll call out those supporting at silver level, and a big thank you to those supporting at bronze, and all the names of all the patrons will be in the end credits of the video. So it's the Patreon page of Striking Scorpion 82. All the proceeds go to my local War Games Club, SSWG. So 1,000 Suns here are running 2 different detachments, a larger battalion, Cult of Time, it's going to be, and then also a spearhead detachment, which will be Cult of Magic. So for the larger battalion, first of all, I'm taking a Demon Prince with Wings. So it's the Necro Sphinx here from the old Warhammer system, plastic model, perfect for use here for this 1,000 Suns list. Twin Malefic Talons, and also wings for him. Psychic powers I'll cover in just a moment. And then I have 2 Exalted Sorcerers. Beaker, the one with the beak, just their nicknames here, and then Chicken Wing, the one with the feathers on his arm. Both equipped with Warp Flame pistols, and then the staves for each of those as well. So that's the 3 HQ choices for the battalion. For troops, I have 4 units of troops, so 3 units of 10 Zangors, each with a twist spray, and they're all equipped with Zangor blades. Then I have 10 Rubic Marines. There's a Soul Reaper cannon in there, and the Aspiring Sorcerer has the Warp Flame pistol and stave. The rest are equipped with the Inferno bolters. Then on to elites of the battalion, 2 units of Terminators, 2 units of 5. There's a Hellfire missile rack in the squad, Soul Reaper cannon, Aspiring Sorcerer with the stave, and then the rest are taking power swords, and then the Inferno combi bolters as well in both of those units. So that makes up the battalion. The Demon Prince here is actually going to be the Warlord. Otherworldly Presence is his Warlord trait, so +1 to his invuln saves, actually a 3+ invuln save available for him. And the Relic, the Hourglass of Manat, so he's guaranteed to resurrect the first time that he's slain during the game. Then the second detachment is a Spearhead Cult of Magic. So 2 HQ choices. Araman here is not going to partake in any of the benefits from that cult, but he's the HQ in the Spearhead. And then the second HQ choice is an Exalted Sorcerer on the Disco. It's Disco Inferno, as paying the points for Warp Flame Pistol and the Stave for him. The Relic is Arcane Focus, so +1 to his psychic tests, and the Warlord trait, Devastating Sorcery, so it's +1 damage to all of his psychic powers for him as well. Then in that Spearhead, running 3 Mauler Fiends as heavy supports, with the Mauler Fiend Fists, and then the Lasher Tendrils for each of those as well. Psychic powers on the 2 Terminator units, and also on the Rubik Marines, will be Doom Bolt, Gaze of Fate and Treason of Tzeentch on the Demon Prince, Araman taking Tzeentch's Firestorm, Death Hex and Infernal Gaze, Prescience and Temporal Manipulation for Beaker, Diabolic Strength for Warp Time for Disco Inferno, and then Glamour of Tzeentch and Weaver of Fates here for Chicken Wing as well. So massive selection of psychic powers here for the Thousand Sons. That is their speciality here for this list as they take on the Adeptus Mechanicus. We'll see if they can withstand the firepower that can come from this Imperial army. They'll be taking on the Imperial Knight as well, that's in the AdMech list. Aaron Allen will take command of the AdMech. He's guided them so far, seeking to get a win and to teach the Thousand Sons a lesson here in this battle. We'll take a look now and see what the AdMech have in their list. Right, so 2,000 points of Adeptus Mechanicus. So Aaron Allen will happily take command of them again. So run through the list here. It's just a battalion and then a super heavy auxiliary detachment with the Knight. So we'll cover the Knight first of all. It's a Knight Gallant, Thermal Cannon as the main gun, the Reaper Chainsword, paying the points from Melticon as well, and the Storm Spear Rocket Pod on top. Then for the battalion, the bulk of the force, the idea is this force works with and protects the Knight. It's a good theme going here, and a focal feature point here for this AdMech list with the Knight. But battalion detachment here, 3 HQs, Tech Priest Engine Seer first of all, then Belisarius Call himself, just there, and then a Tech Priest Dominus, who'll be the Warlord, Axe, Macro Stubber, and Eradication Ray for him. Warlord trait is Necro Mechanic, so an extra +1, 2 wounds being restored when he repairs, and then the Omniscient Mask, so Skitarii units within 6 inches can reroll the failed hit rolls in close combat. Then for troops choices, 2 units of Rangers here, 2 units of 5. There's 2 snipers in each of those squads, the rest equipped with the Galvanic Rifles. Another smaller squad here, Galvanic Rifles, and one of them taking the Arc Rifle. And then a slight change, splitting the squad of 6 of the Breachers into 2 units of 3, equipped with their Hydraulic Claws, and then also the Arc Cannons for them as well. Yeah, no correction, it's Heavy Arc Rifle is the name of the weapon for them. Then that's all the troops covered. 2 Dragoons, 2 units of 1, with their Taser Lances for a bit of fast attack there for the AdMech. And then onto Elites, it's the Rustalkers unit of 10 with their Transonic Razors and Cord Claws, and then a unit of Infiltrators here with Taser Goads and Flechette Blasters for them. Then finally for heavy support, it's 3 Onaga Dune Crawlers, given those the Icarus arrays, so firepower that can be used for all sorts of different targets. That's the list here of the Adeptus Mechanicus. We'll see if they can cause disruption and indeed beat the Thousand Sons here in this league battle. We'll take a look at scenario and deployment now for this fight. Okay, so we've randomly determined this mission for this league battle. So we've gone to Grand Tournament 2020, Strike Force size games. It's Scorched Earth, so 6 objectives, and then deployment zone looking something like this, just from the book. So Thousand Sons will be deploying here, Adeptus Mechanicus across the other side, and there's 3 objectives on the left-hand flank and 3 on the right-hand side as well. So Thousand Sons deployment zone marked by the orange line of dice. Objective marker here on their left-hand flank, then one out to the left-hand side of no man's land, then tucking back in again across the other side for Aaron's objective in his deployment zone, and that repeats across the other side. So one just here, one out in no man's land, and then one just over there inside Aaron's deployment zone. So 6 objectives. Take and hold then for primary objectives. The control of 1 or more objective markers is worth 5 points at the start of the command phase. Then 2 or more is worth another 5 points, and if you control more than the opponent, it's worth another 5 points on top of that. There is a secondary here specific for this mission. It's raised. You've got to try and capture and clear and hold to enemy objectives. But we'll go on to choice of secondaries now. Each of us will choose 3 each for this mission. So just whilst we're choosing secondaries, mention the objective markers. They're available in the Etsy store. Packs of 6. They're 40mm wide, so perfect for your games of 40k. The link for that will be in the video description below. So secondaries have been chosen. 1,000 Suns have gone for Titan Hunter, so that's 10 points if we can bring the knight down. I think it makes sense to go for that one. Engage in all fronts as well, that's the control of table quarters. And then while we stand, we fight. It's the 3 most expensive units for the 1,000 Suns to try and keep them alive at the end of the game, worth 5 points a time. That will be the Demon Prince, 200-point model, and the 2 units of Terminators as well. The other 2 most expensive units here for the 1,000 Suns force. Got to try and preserve and keep those alive. I think Aaron's gone for some very potent and high-scoring secondaries here. 1,000 Suns need to watch out. Abhor the Witch, got loads of Psychers and Psyker units as well. Points can be picked up for destroying them. He's combined that with Assassinate as well. 1,000 Suns have 5 characters. Yeah, so I think Aaron can pick up a lot of points if he can get through to the Psychers, and then also engage in all fronts the control of table quarters, as well as his 3rd secondary. That secondary is chosen. We'll start alternating placing units on the board. Right, just to mention the battle mat and terrain that we're using in this game. So the battle mat is from GameMat.eu, one of their Martian landscape mats here, perfect for games of Adeptus Mechanicus. And then we're also using sort of their Martian style terrain set as well. So this larger piece here, and those pieces across the other side of the board you can see from that set as well. You can check out GameMat.eu for supplies of battle mats and pre-painted terrain. Okay, so deployment's done for the 1,000 Suns. Aaron's just placing his last few models on the board. Bit of a tradition. It's the knight that's placed last, sort of. Still got the tech breach dominance to put out on the board, but Aaron's just placing his last models here. So mostly infantry on this side for the 1,000 Suns. Cerubic Marines, Chicken Wing just behind them, and then Zangos just behind. Zangos on the right, Zangos on the left. Behind that unit of Zangos is Airman and Beaker. Dim Prince is over here, just to see what kind of close combat stuff heads in this direction. And over on this flank, it's the Mauler Fiend flank here, so triple Mauler Fiend, and then with them is Disco Inferno, as per usual, to help guide them across the board. That's the 1,000 Suns deployment. You have to deploy wide on this one. There's 2 flanks where objectives need to be captured. This flank and this flank across here. Not much reward for going through the middle. Go around to the other side of the board and you can see the Adeptus Mechanicus deployment. So banners fluttering in the wind here. The back line with the Onaga June crawlers just in front of them, Belisarius Call. And then we've got Ruststalkers here on the objective. Then Tech Priest Engines here. Unit of Breaches on this side. Then both of the Dragoons on the extreme left-hand side. Then making use of this terrain up here is the 2 teams of Snipers, the Rangers. And then the smaller team of Rangers just inside the ruin. I'm going to play this as a ruin. Going to play these as Munitorum armoured containers, so exposed position. You can shelter behind with infantry, beasts and cavalry for terrain, or for light cover, just the usual, scalable and so on, for that piece of terrain here, and then across the other side as well. Same rules. Munitorum containers obviously here, we'll play the same with that. There's obstacles dotted about the table as well, and then some of the Adeptus Mechanicus terrain, the usual rules for that. The knight's gone in this gap just here. Getting ready to move forwards. In front of him is another unit of breaches on the objective, and the Warlord Attack Priest Dominus next to the knight. He's able to restore 1 wound +1 because of his Warlord trait, so the most efficient model to have next to the knight. That's deployment done. These 2 sides have collided before a number of times on the channel. It's maybe mixed results. If I remember rightly, 1,000 Suns have been blown off the table before, I think, by the Admech, and in return the Admech have found themselves in trouble against the psychic might of these Chaos Space Marines as well. So old scores yet again to settle here on the channel between these 2 forces. Both 8th edition codexes here. At this point, at least, rumours are that AdMech are on the way soon, but war doesn't wait for new codexes. We've got to fight this battle now against the Chaos Space Marines. We've gone to the first turn of the game. So I'll take my Xenos Chaos dice and Aaron's Forge Bane dice. Whoever rolls the highest must go first after me, because I'm Xenos Scum. Brought a 1. So inviting the AdMech to go first. They just about do. Aaron's rolled a 2, so they will go first. I think the AdMech will be happy enough with that. Chance to manoeuvre, to let loose an early volley of their firepower as well. So it's been decided that turn 1 goes to the forces of the Imperium. Can they break the Thousand Suns here in this game? We'll see. Turn 1 coming up next for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Okay, so on turn 1 for the Adeptus Mechanicus, Canticles have been rolled up. You get 2 dice, and you're able to manipulate the dice as well for being Mars and taking Belisarius call in the list. So Aaron's has reroll 1s for his shooting and Shroud's Arms. So light cover usually gets that, so it's light cover across the board here. And if he plays a stratagem, even the Knight, be able to get that. But probably unlikely. Thousand Suns don't boast much firepower at all, really, at this point. Some small arms firepower, but more known for their psychic ability. We'll go on to movement now. We'll see where the AdMech decide to move. Okay, so movement done, or lack thereof. There's not been too much here. AdMech happy to hold back now and just let loose with their guns. It makes sense to try and thin the Thousand Suns down as much as possible, but at the same time, got to play tactically to grab objectives. The 2 Dragoons are swung out here to take this one on the left-hand side. This one very solidly held by the AdMech here. Breach is happy to sit where they are and hold this one. Tech Priest Dominus has moved out behind the Imperial Knight. He can stride across units, can't he? Yeah, so he's walked straight over the top. Being careful not to stand on the mini tanks as he goes along. Not quite in range of the objective. No advanced move, just a 12-inch move from the Knight there. So that's movement done, nice and straightforward. No psychic phase. And we'll go on to shooting phase next for the AdMech on turn 1. So, shooting phase here for the Adeptus Mechanicus. There's pride to be restored for them. Haven't been doing too well in the league, and the army does need a revamp here, but a chance for them to shine against the Thousand Suns if possible. So Aaron can level the guns, praise the Omnissiah, and prepare to fire. Yeah, I thought so. Right, so Breach, as you can see him across there, they're nicely in range, and happy to go into the Mauler Fiend here. 2 shots each, so 6 shots, and even 4s.
Reroll 1.
Yep. That helps. That's the Tech Priest Dominus, he's just near them. Grant the reroll 1s.
Okay, these are strength 6.
5s to wound.
Just the 1.
Or makes it through. -2.
Yep.
5 plus. No. I could try and reroll. Because it is d6 damage. No, we'll take it. Give it your best shot.
4.
You forgot about the patrons there, but 4 is respectable enough. That's a good result. It's dropping down to 8 wounds immediately on this one. Not too bad. Yeah, so we've got Patronic dice. Those supporting at gold level each have a Patreon dice. They can come to the rescue. They can be a hero or a villain in the game with their dice roll. And usually it's pretty good, as we've had a 666 rolled up before by Patronic help. So usually perform quite well for both players. Everything. Oh dear, right. Everything the knight has is going to go into here. Just 8 wounds to strip away. Patronic dice, maybe. So you can go this side this time. So all of those belong to Aaron. So straight from the top, it's Andrew Swan, and we're looking for a number of shots for the thermal cannon.
Yeah. 3.
It's average. It's okay.
3s. Okay.
2 hits. 3s to wound. Just the one. This is the hit and miss with a D6 number of shots weapon.
I'll reroll that.
Come on, reroll. Yep. Gets it. Right, so 2 have made it through. 5 plus invuln save. This is where I think I may need to go for a reroll here. We've blocked 1. Oh boy. Yeah, we'll go for it now. Here it comes. Come on, reroll. 5 plus. No, failed. So, D6 damage. 3. Dropping down to 5 wounds left. So 2 successful wounds. I don't pass the invuln saves. Will probably destroy this thing. 3 shots from the Storm Spear rocket pod. 2 hits. This is going to go right to the wire hit. 3s to wound at strength 8. Yes, they do. I've got to pass one of these. We have passed one, but Aaron will still destroy this target on a 5 plus. Surely it's Patronic time. It's Bobalong Boy. Uh-oh, he usually rolls quite well. Here comes the Bobalong Boy dice. It's a 4. 1 wound left.
Can I do it?
Yeah, it's a Mech TURN. They're not a heavy stubber, so it's out of range.
Okay.
And that's it. So combined firepower from breaches and the knight have almost destroyed one of the mortar fiends here. Just 1 measly wound left. Yes, it's still doable. There's 4 galvanic rifle shots there from that smaller squad. Just looking for one wound at least.
Okay.
5s to wound. Got it.
Okay.
3 up save. I'll go for I need the right result here. Will Wright. Don't let me down. Oh, it's teetered on a 1. 5. Passed. Thank you for Patronic help coming through. Next.
Right. We think here.
Yes, we'll give Aaron a bit of time. So we've seen 5 from that side of the board. 1 Mauler Fiend almost destroyed. There's a heap of firepower left, but where does Aaron distribute the shots? Yeah, okay, so it's breaches here. They're shots. They're in range. You can see through. Not to him, though, but to this one. So it's D6 damage against vehicles. You could get a good result here. We'll see what Aaron rolls up.
So I need 5s.
Because of the terrain?
Yeah. And then re-rolling all fails because of Belisarius Call.
Yeah.
Okay, give me an extra 1. 5s.
Nothing. No, it's the toughness there. Okay, strength 6, toughness 7. Right, it's just the middle one.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just going to go after this one here. June Crawler, firepower.
So a missile. Re-rolling because of Belisarius Call. It's a failure.
9. Okay, that would have been the D6 damage weapon. Gatling rocket launcher.
So far, 3 hits.
Yeah, Aaron's playing the -1 because of the terrain, this dense Mech terrain.
5s. 1 wound, -2.
Okay, 5 plus, passed.
Okay.
And then he also can. 4 shots.
And then re-roll 1. Okay, 4 hits.
4s to wound.
2 wounds, -1.
4 ups. Fouled 1, so 2 wounds taken. So he drops down to 10 wounds left with him. The next one along, yeah. Rinse and repeat.
Hits.
4s to wound. This is quite a good one. It's made it through. So we're going to take a 5+ invuln save. This one's quite an important roll. Passed on a 6.
Okay, Gatling. Reroll the fields. 4 hits. 5s.
2.
2. Minus
2. Failed that one. So drop down to 9 wounds left.
2. And autocannon. Nice, 1 hit.
4s. Nice. 3 of them have made it through. This is very good. -1.
Yep.
4s. Oh, you blocked 2. Just 2 make it through. That could have been a lot worse. Dropping down to 7 wounds left. Right, so some pretty heavy damage coming through now against this smaller thing. Okay, just with angles and firepower here. The other one on my left-hand side, Aaron's right, is going to go here against the Rubic Marines.
Okay, so what's that? Hits on a 6.
Strength 7, no. Toughness 4, no.
Yeah.
So just to be clear, Aaron can't target this one because he's 9 wounds or less, so he can't be picked on this character here.
Okay, so Gatling. All hit.
4 5s and a 6. 3 5s and 2 4s. Okay. -2. Yeah, so you reckon 5+ save then becomes 4+ because of all his dust. It's a damage 1 weapon. So we'll take 4s here. Oh, not bad at all, just lost 1. So we'll take this one here, Model Slain. Auto cannon.
All hit.
Dice rolling's on fire here. 3s to wound. Oh, sorry. Triple 1 and a 2. Oops, I need to keep quiet. Chicken wing. Yeah, it's bad deployment. I've been caught out. He can be seen by the snipers on top as...
1 galvanic rifle that can see is going into the Rubic Marines.
Yes, right, okay.
So the 2 archers both hit.
Ouch. There could be trouble here for this character if Aaron gets the wounds. One wound makes it through. -2, so we'll take a save here of 5+. Passed on a 6. Galvanic rifle.
Galvanic rifle hits. Doesn't wound.
No wound, okay. It's rinse and repeat. So there's 3 galvanic rifles instead going into here this time around, and then the 2 snipers going after chicken wing.
Okay, so snipers. 1 hit.
Yeah. 3s to wound.
There's a wound.
Okay. Try and block this on a 5+. Again.
Okay, the galvanic rifles 1 hit. No wound.
And no wound.
That's it.
Shooting phase finished.
Done.
Right, all done. Aaron would probably be a bit disappointed with results here. Okay. So, yeah, it's not so good. Casualties light here for the Thousand Sons. And crucially, all 3 Mauler Fiends do remain alive. Obviously, no charges to take place. The Dragoons advanced. So we'll end the turn here and go on to the first turn for the Thousand Sons Chaos Space Marines. All right, so movement here for the Thousand Sons, moving out on both flanks. Here for 9th edition, really can't hold back. You just have to go for it here. So Thousand Sons pushing through in this direction. Going to try and commit the Demon Prince straight away. Seeing an opportunity to jump across and then potentially charge in. And then the Zangors moving up in support as well. Rubic Marines pushing forwards, just nice and slow with them. As Chicken Wing just behind them, and then Zangors behind just to act as a screen. Aaron does have a very nasty deep striking unit that can arrive, and Aaron can use some stratagems on that to cause extra damage. So Zangors moving through here, forming a little hold to let Beaker go in just there, and then Araman, Disco Inferno, and the 3 Mauler Fiends. This one's restored a wound back up to 8 and has moved round and advanced 1 inch. This one's moved and advanced 3 inches, restoring a wound back up to 2. And then this one has gone 10, waiting for warp time, potentially, to try and just maybe get a charge in against the Imperial Knight. That's movement done. We're going to Psychic phase now. Here, I think the most important phase for the Thousand Sons on turn 1. Right, so, Gaze of Fate first. So we need to remember to do this one first. This will grant me a reroll if this goes off, which it's hardly worth a command reroll to... No, So that's not gone off. Need a 6 for that one. So Gaze of Fate, no. I'll go for... I'll do it. I'm going to do Treason of Zinch. I'm going to try and convert one of Belisarius Hall's disciples here. He's just over there, little tech priest engines here, minding his own business. But we'll go after him here, try and bring him over to Zinch. So this needs to go off on an 8. It's pretty unlikely it's going to happen. No, that's not gone off either. So Dim Prince ineffective with his psychic powers. We'll move on. Yes, I'm not going to go for. I'm going to try and restore a model back to this unit. So it's Time Flux, it's called. Need a 5. Whoa, it goes off on a 10. So we'll restore that slain model back to play. Yeah, so I'm going to try and protect the Rubik Marines here. Try and buff them a little bit. So we'll go for Weaver of Fates, first of all, needing a 6. So that goes off. That is +1 to their invuln save. So 4+ invuln save for them now. And we're going to try and put -1 on them as well with Glamour of Zinch, which goes off, needing a 7. We got a 7. So -1 to hit them, +1 invuln save on the Rubik Marines, and they're back at full strength as well. So a real insult from the Thousand Suns over on this flank. That's all the psychic powers done on that flank. So we'll move over to this side next. Okay, so I'm going to go for these two. So this is Beaker. Got a combo set up here. We'll try and make this work if we can. So I'm going to go for Prescience. Going to try and put it onto that Mortal Fiend there, hoping it'll make it into close combat. Needing a 7. No, so that one's not going to go ahead. Then we're going to go for Temporal Manipulation, needing a 6. I'm going to try and put it onto this one here that's on its last legs, see if we can help him out. Got the 6 that we needed. D3 wounds restored. There's 2 wounds added back on, so he now goes up to 4 wounds, just to make him a little bit harder to kill. Just there. And then paying a command point, Carbalistic Focus on... Yeah, just, it says you can choose the psychic test. We'll hold that. I'm going to try and play Diabolic Strength first of all. So, we're going to put that onto that Mortal Fiend across there. Need a 6. 6, 7 for him, because of his Warlord trait. It's a Diabolic Strength on there. And then Carbalistic Focus, we're going to play on Warp Time. Needing a 4, needing a 3, because of his ability. And it goes off an 8, no problem at all. So we're going to move. This is powers coming from Disco Inferno. We're going to move him again. Another 10-inch move from this smaller fiend. We're going to try and send it out and hunt down the knight if possible. Okay. I'm going to play the Great Sorcerer. It's going to let me make another psychic as manifest another psychic power potentially with Disco Inferno. So we're going to go for the Astral Blast, it's called. It's the one that's specific to him. Yeah, specific to Cult of Magic. It's Astral Blast. It's a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, closest enemy unit within 9 inches, or it's plus 6 inches, so 15 inches here for Thousand Suns. It's D3 mortal wounds, and then each unit within 3. I may have made a bit of a boo-boo because it looks like my own Mortal Fiend's going to cop a couple of mortal wounds here as well. But they're going to receive mortal wounds as well. I think it's worth it. We're trying to soften the knight as much as we can. So needing a 6, needing a 5 with his +1. And that goes off, no problem. You're going to play that stratagem. There's a stratagem.
What ones is he going to take?
He's going to take at least 2. Could be 4. It's D3 +1.
Yeah. I'd say Benevolence of the Omnissiah.
Benevolence of the Omnissiah. D3 +1. Okay, so it's 2 +1, 3. So 3 dice, even 5s.
5s. Okay.
Blocked 1. Okay, it's 2 wounds taken, dropping down to 22 with him. And then I'll take... because he has an ability that gives him +1 damage. That is called, it's a Warlord trait, Devastating Sorcery. So it's units within 3 inches take a mortal wound, +1. So going to take 2 wounds on him. And then any other AdMech units within 3 inches will take 2 wounds each as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the Breachers and also the Tech Priest Dominus. Okay, so that's him done. The last Psyker is going to be the Master himself, Araman. So 3 powers available for him. I don't think it's worth putting Death Hex on the knight because the Iron Shield doesn't count in close combat, so we'll not bother with that one. We'll go for regular Smite. I haven't done a Smite yet this turn. It's quite rare. And it does go off. D3 mortal wounds on the knight. So 2.
Okay.
And then that stratagem will continue, needing 5s, blocked 1. Then we'll just keep the mortal wounds flowing in, I think, here. Infernal Gaze. Oh, it goes off, I wish that was Smite, goes off an 11. So it's 3 dice needing 4 pluses. 3 mortal wounds. No. Blocked 1, 2 more taken. And then we'll also go for Zinch's Firestorm, which goes off on a 9. This is good stuff from Aaron here. 9 dice. Needing 6s. Got 2, not bad. Blocked both in defiance here. Okay, so I think that marks the end of the psychic phase. Wounds coming in against the knight is dropped down to 19 left. Mauler Fiend might be able to do something to bring the knight down. We'll see. We'll go on to shooting phase though next. Thousand Suns do have some firepower available. So I'm going to fire these. The squad's been restored to full strength. I'm actually going to put all their shots into that Dragoon over there. I'm going to try and reduce that down here with their firepower. Just going to get double the shots because we've moved. We're getting in rapid fire, so we'll go for that option. So 8 models with the bolters. So 16 shots. So 16 shots. So drop dice. Now we're needing 4s because of Incense Cloud. -1 to the hit rolls. Just going to reroll these ones because of the Sorcerer. Not too bad. We have played Veterans of the Long War, so it's going to be 4s to wound. Just a 3. It is -2. Aaron does have light cover.
Yeah. 5s.
5s.
Okay, 3 wounds.
3 wounds taken. And then we've got the Soul Reaper Cannon.
Is it a heavy weapon?
Yes, no, these boys are not -1 to the hit rolls because of all his dust. So 2, trying to wound on 4s. No, so no further wounds come through. So half destroyed one of those Dragoons. So that's actually the end of the shooting phase. There is a strategy where we can shoot again, but I don't want to play it. I don't think it's worth going for that again. Well, we could. Well, think about this. We might shoot again, actually. Yeah, so I think I can. I'll play it. It's Infernal Fusillade, it's called. It's going to cost 1 command point. I think it's worth going for just to try and bring one of those vehicles down. So here we go again. Same target. Needing 4s. Rerolling 1s. I think it was worth it. Merry Christmas. Take that one away. Do I still get veterans? I reckon so. Yeah. Use a strength when a 1,000 Suns infantry unit is selected to attack in a shooting or fight phase. Have 1 to wound rolls.
Yep.
Aaron says yes. If you disagree, leave it in the comment section below. It's too late. Here it comes. Trying to wound on 4s. Dear me. Okay.
Okay, 5s.
5s, yeah, with
Okay, 1 wound.
block 2. Well done. So one more wound comes through. And the Soul Reaper Cannon. Rerolling 1s. 3. 4s to wound. It's just the one. 6 up.
Passed.
Passed again. Right, so that's it. It's only worth 1 wound in the end. Going for that stratagem. Shooting phase comes to a finish. So we'll go on to charges. There are actually quite a few available here. There's a chance to try and take on the knight, and then a chance here to fight on this flank as well. We'll go on to charges in Overwatch next. Alright, so we have contact on both flanks here. So we charged the Zangors first. They've charged ahead into both models and have spread out in this direction to make a gap for the Demon Prince, who's then charged through behind. It's the idea to do a crossover between the two. The Zangors to push ahead and provide a screen, and then the Demon Prince to come across behind, make his attacks, then stay safe, sheltered behind the Zangors. That's the idea. We'll see how much protection the Blue Chickens grant to him on Aaron's shooting phase, and maybe close combat as well. It's getting dangerously close to some of his units that can fight quite well in close combat. And then around here we've got engagement on this flank as well. It's obviously making the charge in. Aaron did play Overwatch, but didn't get any hits against the Mauler Fiend as it swung around that corner. We've since played Demon Forge here to try and boost that Mauler Fiend as much as possible. Got to fight first here. We can't let Aaron interrupt play of the Knight. So we'll see what this Mauler Fiend can do against the Imperial Knight. Okay. I'm not sure if we can bring this thing down. It's 19 wounds left on this Knight. 4 attack space, an extra attack for Diabolic Strength. Played Demon Forge. Looking for 4s to hit.
Just as well.
God, there we reroll. That's better. 2s to wound, you reckon, because it's strength 6 plus 2 strength to its strength characteristic, so it goes up to strength 8, then times 2 for the fists. So 2s. Right, okay, now there is trouble for this knight. It's AP minus 3, so it's going to be 6s to block on 5 dice here. Aaron's going to need a really good roll. None of them. And that's 15 wounds. There's not much that can be done about it unless Aaron wants to try and command reroll on a 6. It'd be desperate stuff. If he gets it, it might be enough to keep the knight alive, but it's a stretch. It would have to be a super patronic dice to try and save the day.
Well, I think probably
He's going to go for it. Right, choose wisely. There's Chris Heim, there's Frank Fafecki, Longbow BB, Lucas Becker, Luke Schwingel. I really can't say who to. It's the next one along. It's down to Chris.
Right.
What a hero. He could be a hero on us. Oh, it's a 5. Close, but not close enough.
4 wounds left.
4 wounds left. Down to Lasher Tendrils here. Needing 4s. We still may not do this. Okay. Don't get deaf to the false emperor of this thing. And then we'll go for strength 6, strength 8, so 4s. Re-rolling because of the stratagem. Now there's trouble. So it's minus 2 on 4 dice.
Okay, 5s.
And there's nothing Aaron can do. It's 2 damage a time. So the Imperial Knight goes. We'll see if he explodes. You don't want to use a Patronic dice for this one. No, right. Knight destroyed though. Ouch. Maul of Fiends slamming into the flank of that thing, bringing it down. That is a blow to the Admech here. Their mechanical hearts will sink for a moment with the loss of the knight. Alright, so Maul of Fiend will sit where he is. He's on the objective, so we'll definitely leave him where he is for now, but so far so good. Interrupt play on this flank. Is it worth? No. Alright, so we'll fight next with the Demon Prince. Alright, so 7 attacks with him. Going into the 1 Dragoon. Rerolling 1s for himself. Okay. Death to the False Emperor. 2 more attacks, which both hit. 3s to wound. He is on Maul of Fiend Fists. Sorry, he's on Malefic Talons. Strength 7, toughness 6. So 3s to wound. So a few have failed, but 5 have made it through. It's impressive enough. It's AP minus 2. So Aaron will take 6s on 5 dice. I think this thing's going to go. And it's gone. Destroyed. I think they do explode, so...
They do, yeah. Ooh.
They do.
1 mortal wound, everything within 3 inches.
Okay, so we'll lose him. There's a wound. It's done us a favour on the other one.
Yeah.
So a wound on the other, and then the Demon Prince will take a wound as well. Okay, so Demon Prince held where he is. We've piled in with the Zangors. 6 of them can fight. That's the slain model. So 6, and 2 attacks each with the Zangor blades, and an extra attack there for the twist bro as well. So these things do not get death to the False Emperor. They can reroll their 1s though. Yeah. So some have missed. We're just searching for 1 wound now. That's all we need. 5s it will be because they're strength 4. It's just the 1. It's AP minus 1. So 5 plus to keep the Dragoon alive.
No.
Now it's gone. It's been destroyed as well. And does it explode?
Nope.
Close, but no. All right. So Dragoon removed. Thousand Suns quickly clearing that objective and screening their character as they do so. So success on both flanks of the Thousand Suns here on their first turn. All right. So turn 1 comes to a close here. It's gone well for the Thousand Suns. Now, we're thinking about both lists. There's still codexes coming for Admech very soon, apparently. Thousand Suns, no idea when their codex is coming. We're playing these games because we're keeping the league rolling. We've pitched these 2 armies against each other because they're both 8th edition codexes. Thousand Suns, I think their army build at the moment suiting 9th edition okay. They've got units that can move out onto objectives. Maul of Fiends, very suitable for that, swinging around on this flank, especially for this mission here, where there's 3 objectives on the flank. Supporting Psychers, no problem at all, and the Demon Prince even happy to move out on the objective as well. So looking happy enough with that. Admech, we know there's issues with them at this point. But there's gaming experience being picked up here by Aaron, and we're looking for areas that need to be addressed, such as units that can move out, grab and hold objectives, and so on. The knight was up for the task, but has been dealt with quite quickly here. It's firepower definitely available for the Admech. They've always been famous for that. But also, for 9th edition, I'm going to need units to move out aggressively, grab objectives, and so on. There are the new models available, but at this point, whilst we're waiting for the new codex and the rules and so on, it would be wise to wait for that book first before adding units to this Admech force. So, Emperor, forgive us for for putting this army out on the field, as there needs to be improvements, but by all means leave it in the comments section, units that should be added, especially thinking of the newer units. There's flyers, there's transport vehicles, there's cavalry units, there's flying sterilizers and different types of units that can be added to this Admech list. So ideas, hints and suggestions and combinations, but all that bearing in mind that things could change around a fair bit when the new codex comes along. Turn 1 finished here for the Thousand Sons. They've done well. Yeah, points flowing in here. 2 points picked up for engaging all fronts. Then obviously Titan Hunter as well. 10 points picked up for bringing the Knights down for the Thousand Sons as well. Turns finished. We'll go on to turn 2 of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They've got to do something effective with their firepower to try and cut as much of this Thousand Sons force down as they can. And also the game revolves around objectives, so we'll see what Aaron decides to do about trying to claim objectives on the board as well. Turn 2, the game is not over yet. Admech, plenty of firepower and resources available for them. Turn 2 for them next. So it's movement here for the Adeptus Mechanicus on turn 2. As Aaron went first, a chance to do some damage here, but Thousand Sons have bitten back harder here on turn 1 at least. Remember, Aaron's got all those units, lots of firepower available, and there is the infiltrators that can turn up with their stratagem combination that could cause trouble for any of these Thousand Sons units on the board. Just as Aaron's moving, we'll mention resources available for you. If you like the look of the Thousand Sons here, there is a painting tutorial for them here on YouTube, so you can check that out, and that'll show you from start to finish how to paint. I think it's one of the Rubik Marines that I painted, so that'll be in the tutorial. It'll show you how to do all the basing, the armour, the washes, highlighting and so on, all covered in that video. Then over on the Plus channel, there's in-depth painting tutorials available, one for the Zangors, and there's also one where I show you how to paint one of the Mauler Fiends as well from start to finish. Those 2 resources available on the Plus channel. And then for the Adeptus Mechanicus, lots of resources available for them. There is a painting tutorial showing you how to paint one of the Skitarii Infantry, one of the Vanguard models. That's on YouTube. And then over on the Plus channel, there's painting tutorials for Belisarius Call, actually, across there. A full tutorial for him. And also the Dune Crawlers, how to paint the vehicles, basing, transfers, chipping effect, and so on. All covered in that video as well. So loads of resources available for these 2 armies. If you like the colour schemes, you can follow those painting tutorials along. And also the banners, the glorious Omnisign banners. There's a YouTube video. Glorious Admech banners, I think it's called, showing you how to make those for your Admech vehicles as well. So resources available. We'll let Aaron make his moves. He's picked up 10 points for primaries, holding 2 primary objectives, so keeping himself in the game points wise. I think now's the time for a healthy counterattack from the Adeptus Mechanicus. Okay, so movement's complete here. Both of us discussed some units that can be added to this AdMech force, and for now they'll have to fight with the units that they have. But Ruststalkers have moved ahead here, a chance for them to charge in this direction. Over in the corner, you can see strung out, it's the infiltrators. They've turned up over on that flank. Some other manoeuvring taking place here just to continue to lay down some firepower here. With the Dune Crawlers. Belisarius Call moving out as well, just holding this objective. Snipers holding position, getting ready to shoot as well. Then over on this side, Breachers stand some chance. They've got hydraulic claws, they can cause damage in close combat, and then their firepower adds as well. Could cause trouble here for the smaller fiend. Tech Breach Dominus restoring the 2 wounds in himself, playing a stratagem, and then restoring the 2 wounds as well on the Breachers. And that's pretty much it for movement here. It's a case of trying to inflict as much damage as possible on the Thousand Suns and to keep fighting on both of these flanks as much as possible as well. We're going to shooting phase next. Your Canticles this turn, there's 2 of them. It's Shroud Psalm, real ones again for shooting. Okay. So, kind of rooting for Aaron here to see if he can cause trouble. It's not really his fault. You can blame... Who can you blame? The Codex creep, whoever he is, causing trouble for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Okay.
Okay, so Breachers into the water field.
Right, here it comes.
6 shots. That'll be all hit.
Yeah, well, okay. Dice are good here. Yeah. Patronics are on standby to help Aaron out as well.
Okay, 5s now.
5s to wound, yeah. Oh, it's just not... They're cheap, those weapons, but it's not that great.
Strength 6 is a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you often it's a conundrum because you often end up wanting to fire them at vehicles, and then it's just the strength 6 is the issue.
Tech Priest Dominus, Eradication Ray.
Yep.
D3. 1 shot. Hits on a 3. Fails but doesn't reroll ones.
He does. Old rules. Yeah, it's Canticle, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so that hits. This is strength 6, so 5s. No.
No, okay.
Galvanic rifles.
Into the angles, yeah. So
4 of those. Reroll 1, so 2
okay.
hits.
No, strength 4, toughness 4 on the Zangors. Tough chickens.
The reroll.
Yeah, it's a rapid fire weapon. Actually, going to get another shot. Okay. This is the arc rifle here. 2 hits coming through. 5s to wound. Got it.
Wound.
I think it's AP -1. Aaron will check. I'll roll up my save. We've passed whatever you say it is. It's a 5, so no damage coming through. So this flank resolved. Not much impact so far. Much of the firepower still to come. Right, Breachers are going to lend some support. It's this unit from this side. It's going to fire all the way across against the Mauler Fiend here. See if he can make an impact this time.
Reroll the...
Everything. Yeah, this is Belisarius Call helping out here. 5s. Surely. Daha! 666. Now this is -2.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to 5+ Invon saves. Now there's trouble here. Well, maybe not. Sorry. I'm going to try and command reroll this as well. No, you made it through. Okay.
Damage?
D6. 3. Dropping down to 7 wounds left. Okay. 1 rifle to shoot the chickens. And that's coming up. Sorry. This is the sniper team. Gets the hit. It's a wound. 5+ Invon save. Passed. Apologies.
Okay, so the 2 arquebuss into the sorcerer.
Rerolling ones. Yes, you are because of your Canticle, yeah.
Right. So, nope. 1 hit.
3s. Oh, no. Okay.
So the rifle.
Yeah, this is the other squad.
All hit. 4s. 1 wound.
5+. Yeah, again. Okay.
The arquebuss into the exalted sorcerer. 2 hits.
Ah, this is good. Got the 2 wounds. That'll be enough. And then we're going to try and save here on 5+. Saved 1. It's D3 damage. Can't stop it. Aaron's free to roll up here.
2.
It's 2 wounds taken. Beaker's taken 2 wounds. Right, okay. So we're on to the Dune Crawlers here. mixed firepower available from them. The first Dream Crawler is going to go into the smaller thing. Just 4 wounds to try and remove, if possible.
It's a mystery rollable because of Belisarius Call. Hits.
Forced to wound. No, that would have been D6 damage. Okay, Gatling rocket launcher next.
Those. Nope. 1.
1 wound. -2, 5 up. No, wound taken. Dropping down to 3.
Okay, okay. Reroll 1.
Forced to wound. Got the 2. 4 up. Past 1, 2 wounds taken. Down to... Is this the one that was on 1 wound before?
Yeah.
You've got this in the bag, surely.
Right.
Next one. Oh no.
Missile. Hits.
Here it comes.
Wound.
Gets the wound. I'll not be able to stop it on a 5+. It's destroyed. Does it explode? No, it doesn't. Morphine destroyed. It's finally been brought down. Yeah, Aaron's glad to see that Morphine gone. The other one, the third one, can see through to this Morphine here with 7 wounds left.
Missile.
It'll save...
Hits. Wound.
Wounds, okay. It will save the breaches from having to go in, so it would be helpful. Passed on a 5, that would have been D6 damage.
Gatling. Reroll the whole lot. Okay.
Yeah, Aaron's playing -1 to hit rolls because he's firing at ground target.
No.
No wound, just 5 to wound. And then the autocannon to try and do something.
Reroll Belisarius. 3 hits.
Forced to wound.
Forced wound. 1 wound.
No, whole facing, it's a 4. -1.
Yeah.
Let's save then. Yeah. Okay, passed. Yeah, okay, shooting phase. Ah, yes. Does Aaron go for the combo here? He's got 6 command points left, so he could go for a multi-combo to try and max out the damage of these as much as possible. Thousand Suns have 2 command points left at this stage. Spent a fair few here during the game so far. Right, so the plan here is to try and blow away the Zangors. I reckon Aaron should be able to do it, no problem. And then he's got models here that have a chance of trying to make a charge into the Rubik Marines. And if they do make it in, there could be trouble for them if Aaron's able to make that 9-inch charge. Maybe units to be added in is units like the Infiltrators, units that can deep strike in and land at different parts on the table. Is an option for future consideration. Sterilizers, for example. Yeah, it costs 3 command points. 1 to give +1 to the hit rolls. Aaron's going to be hitting on 2s. And then also 6s to wound will pop mortal wounds as well.
So plus batch 25.
25 dice at a time.
Okay.
5s to wound.
Yep. Okay.
It's 4 mortal wounds.
4 mortal wounds.
And that's in addition.
An additional 6 5, so that is 10 wounds in total.
5 pluses. Right, so 6 dead plus 4 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
Wipe out, they're gone. That was quick. Okay, so that was, you can imagine they're just blowing the tops of their pistols as the smoke comes out. Good shooting from the flechette blasters here. And from the Infiltrators. Can they make the charge is the question. Any other shooting left?
That's it.
Right, so we're going to go on to charges next here. I think Breachers should be able to make it in. I really want to know if the Infiltrators make it. You could roll that now if you want to. I'm not going to Overwatch.
Okay.
So here it comes. A 9. Hits a 7. Is it worth the command reroll? I'd love to see them go in. To charge in would be nice to make it in. No pressure, you don't have to, but you know you want to. Oh, Patronic! You can combine 2 Patronic dice. So, Frank for Fecky and Longbow BB.
Okay.
Not done. I don't know, this is quite rare. We do a combo of Patronics. So here comes... Oh, Aaron's going to roll at a time. So, Frank, this is you first, I think. That's a 3. Oh, no, we need a 6 from Longo BB. It's impossible. No, it's not going to happen. Never mind. No charge takes place. Let Aaron make his other rolls here. There's Rustalkers to charge. Breachers should be able to make it in, no problem. Okay, so charges have gone ahead. Aaron's rolled an 8, needing a 7. Rustalkers have made it in. Full strength as well, so we get to see what they can do. Or not. We'll see what happens. Usually they get shot to pieces. So they've arrived at full strength this time. And then breachers have gone in against the Mauler Fiend as well. 7 wounds to try and strip away from that model. Now, Admech have taken a blow in this game for sure. They've lost 2 Dragoons and the Knight, but their other units are in good condition, and Thousand Suns starting to get pressure put on them here. We are going to struggle on this objective. Rustalkers could cause a lot of damage. There's this problem to try and deal with, and over across here Aaron looks potentially set to try and clear the Smaller Fiend away, and after that Thousand Suns don't have too much left. And what's interesting is Aaron's guns are nice and safe all the way along the back line across there. So the game's not over yet. Points are still flowing in for Adeptus Mechanicus. Aaron could pick a combat. Thousand Suns could interrupt. We've got 2 command points left. Yeah, so choose kind of wisely. Zangor's minimal damage, really. It's got to go here. Yeah, okay, so breachers. We'll see if they're up for the task. Aaron's going to roll round 3. Yeah, brilliant. So now he claims the objective. Good move. We've paid the points for hydraulic claws. They're strength 10. So there's a chance to bring the Mauler Fiend down. What's this one? Diabolic strength, that's right. So that remains in play, I think. Yeah. If we survive. Needing 4s. Okay, so here come the attacks. 9 attacks.
9 attacks, yeah. 7 on 4s. Okay.
It's just over half. 5 have come through.
3s.
3s to wound. This is the roll. 3 make it through.
3, yeah. These will be -1.
4 ups. This is D3 damage a time.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, reroll. 4 up. Blocked. Damage of 1. Mauler Fiend survived. Dropping down to 6 wounds left. So it will be able to turn. Yeah, this could be nasty when it turns around. It's going to keep Diabolic Strength as well, just to help it out against those breaches. The claws could be trouble. They're damage 3. Ugh. Right, Rustalkers piling in. They're all going to get to fight here. A chance to wipe out another unit of Zangors here. I reckon they should be able to do it with their Transonic Razors and Cord Claws. Just keep the damage flowing in. You find yourself stuck in the game, just keep trying to cause damage as much as possible. It can create opportunities. Yeah, Aaron wants to do the Cord Claws first of all. So 10 attacks of those, needing 3s.
This is 4s.
4s to wound, 6s are brilliant.
Got
1, so it's going to be D3 mortal wounds. Okay. And 3 other saves. There's no minus on these, so we'll take 5 up invulns. Past ones, 2 dead so far, plus D3. 2 more. 4 Zangors slain so far. So another 21 attacks to come through here. Transonic Razors. Need 3s. See, I always thought they were scary, and the chance to cause mortal wounds and D3 mortal wounds, but they just struggle to deliver on 6s. But here it comes. Look at searching for 6s here would be really good. Aha!
Okay.
You're going to get the wipeout here. There's 4 more mortal wounds have come through. And then I've got to make 7 saves of 5+ to survive. It's got the wipeout. Zangor's destroyed. Yeah, another unit of Zangor's gone. And Aaron's pushed models near that objective for model count. So that's denied that flank objective to the Thousand Suns. So it's a good tactical play here. It's worth sending the Rustalkers in. They've deleted their target and denied the Thousand Suns that objective. So we're only holding... You've kicked us off 2. We're only holding our home 2 as well, so that's going to limit the number of points coming in. And all of a sudden, despite the loss of the knight, who needs a knight? Admech seems to be doing better without it at this stage of the game. Looking around, oh yes, Mauler Fiend. Yeah, I might be able to get that objective back. So I've played Demon Forge here, 5 attacks because with the help of Diabolic Strength. We'll go for the fists first of all. I'll reroll this one. Got a full house of hits. We'll go for our wounds, which are re-rollable. Thankfully, I was almost tempted not to use that card. Yeah, so 5 out of 5. It's AP -3.
6 up in one.
6 up in one. And they're wiped out for their bravery. They're gone. All of a sudden, objective has now been reclaimed by the Thousand Suns. The battle rages here on these two flanks, backwards and forwards. Admech, I was almost tempted to say you were pushing ahead there, but now that lasted for a short moment. Thousand Suns wrestling themselves back into the fight. We'll leave the Mauler Fiend where he is. He's claiming that objective, so there's no point moving him. The turn comes to an end. There's no morale. Units have been wiped out in one fell swoop each time in close combat. So we'll finish the turn, see what points Aaron's picked up here for secondaries. Okay, 2 points picked up for engaging all fronts. No Assassinate, no Abhor the Witch taking place yet. It's killing other units. Mauler Fiend, Zangors, but they're not worth the points. It's characters that need to go and Psyker units as well that need to be wiped out. So turn comes to an end. Thousand Suns still have the advantage at this stage. There's also 2 units of Terminators that could turn up this turn as well. So we'll round the turn off now and we'll go on to turn 2 for the Thousand Suns. So we're on turn 2 here for the Thousand Suns. 10 points picked up for control of primaries. We're all holding 3 each at this stage, so don't get the extra 5. Thousand Suns, the danger is if we start losing Psyker units, and especially characters, worth a lot of points. So the Thousand Suns need to hold it together, protect these characters, and keep kicking out the damage, and try and stop any points from being bled through those secondaries. We'll press on. We're going to Thousand Suns movement here on turn 2. Alright, so movements take place here for the Thousand Suns, trying to get in amongst the Adeptus Mechanicus as much as possible. We have deep striked in one of the Terminator units just over 9 inches away, so we'll let loose with some firepower, maybe get a charge in as well to try and repel the infiltrators. Marines have pushed ahead, put a man onto the objective just across here, and then being followed by Chicken Wing. Then for the Demon Prince, it's gone aggressive with him. He's jumped across 12 inches. He's got his sights set possibly on Belisarius Hall to try and engage him in close combat and try and disrupt that gun line as much as possible. The second unit of Terminators has landed up here in range of both units of those snipers. Zangors have advanced. Mauler Fiend's moved up to wound restored. The other Mauler Fiend has swung around off the objective and has moved around to take on the Tech Priest Dominus and that small squad of Scutari Rangers, up to 7 wounds with him, and then no advancing taking place, just regular moves from Araman, and then Disco Inferno on the move as well, and then Beaker at the back here to dispel, or to put out his psychic powers, and then at the same time to hold on to this back objective, which should be quite safe for now. There's no further deep striking units to come in. Movement's done, psychic phase next. So we'll start with the Demon Prince all the way over there. Gaze of Fate, the reroll. Oh, it's perilled. Yeah, we'll play Adepts of the Immaterium, so we're going to ignore that perils. It's a stratagem, and then we will... The power goes off, so we'll keep the Gaze of Fate. So we'll stick that over on him. Has to be used this turn. We'll go for Treason with the little disciple over there. So try and make this go off on an 8. Gaze of Fate. Does it say it's a psychic power? It's not a command reroll. It might say I can reroll a dice. You can reroll a single dice roll. No. A dice roll would be those 2, I would imagine.
I would imagine you can reroll the psychic test.
Reroll the psychic tests, yeah. Okay. Yes. In which case... No, we'll let him be. He can remain loyal to the Emperor for just a few more short moments. Okay, so we'll not try and convert him this game. So we'll leave that one. That's the Demon Prince done. There's the reroll on standby here. So we'll go for -1 to hit rolls. I'm going to try and put that on the Demon Prince. So we'll play that one. This is coming from Chicken Wing. No, it doesn't go off, so forget that one. Weaver of Fate. +1 to the Invuln save. Do you know? I'm gonna smite. I'm gonna smite into the Rust Stalkers. I'm gonna try and put some damage on them. Goes off. D3. Just the one. Mortal wound taken on them. Do need to try and clear them this turn if possible. I'll go for low grade smite here. It goes off. That's just going to be a mortal wound on the infiltrators. Just trying to keep the wounds trickling in. We'll go for warp time first, then we'll decide what to do with diabolic strength. So no help at all, just +1 to the psychic test for Disco Inferno. That goes off. I'm going to move the Mauler Fiend again. Yeah, I'm not sure if that charge will go ahead, so I'm going to try and put diabolic strength on this one. The charge will go ahead, and that does go off, so we'll put diabolic strength on him. Mauler Fiends on the rampage, they're a nasty bunch once they get in amongst the enemy here. It's Araman. Yes. Him. Now, this is Beaker, who's got prescience and temporal manipulation. Now, let's go for prescience on the Terminators, I think would be wise. If it goes off, which it does. So +1 to the hit rolls, just as they land. And then temporal manipulation, we'll try and put those wounds onto one of the Mauler Fiends. I think we'll try and restore wounds on that one over there. That's on 7. That does not go off. Needing a 6, we only got a 4, so I'll use... Oh boy. Gaze of Fate. I'll use it now before I forget it. So I'll use that up. It goes off. D3 wounds restored. Just a wound. So back up to 8 on that one over there. So a bit of a waste on Gaze of Fate. It would have been useful to save that for something like a reroll of an Invuln save, for example. But it's been used up in haste here, trying to bump up wounds on the Mauler Fiends. Looking around... Disco Inferno's used up both of his powers, so I think it's just Araman left for psychic phase here. Low grade smite here from the Rubric Marines. Goes off, just another mortal wound caused, so one of the models can be slain. Yeah, it is down to Araman now, so 3 powers available from him. So I'm going to go for Infernal Gaze, and I'm going to go upstairs onto that sniper team. Yeah, pick a unit with that if it goes off. 6, needing a 5, yeah. 3 dice, needing 4s. Got 2. It's 2 mortal wounds caused. The snipers will survive. Aaron will just pick off the ranger models. But then we'll try and go for Zinch's Firestorm. Doesn't go off. Okay, so they may escape this turn. We've got regular smite. We've got Death Hex to remove the Invuln save on the Tech Priest Dominus. I don't think removing the Invuln save is going to help because there's not enough AP minus on the Mauler Fiends. So we'll go for regular smite into him. It's 10, so it's almost a super smite. D3 mortal wounds caused. Yes, 3 have been caused on the Tech Priest Dominus. That psychic phase is finished. It's been okay here for the Thousand Suns. We're going to shooting phase with the arrival of the Terminators. There's a lot more firepower available. So I'm going to rapid fire here. Going to go straight into the Ruststalkers. And into 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Chicken Wing. Taking away the 1s and 2s. 3s to wound actually. Nine saves at -2. Your cover, yes, light cover.
Yeah.
So you're going to get saves of 5+ instead of 6+. 9 saves of 5+. Block 2.
7, so 3.5.
Okay, not too bad. Pretty good volley. There's a Soul Reaper cannon actually, and I'll actually do the Warp Flame Pistol. D6 hits, just the 1. 4s for a wound. No. Soul Reaper cannon. All hit. 3 wounds. -3, so 3 saves of 6+. That Ruststalker squad is being cut down here. 6s. No, 3 more wounds come through. That's going to be 2 more models. So not too bad at all. 1 and 2. Good shooting. Point blank range here with the Rubric Marines. Terminators next. So combi bolters. 1, 2, 3 and 4. We'll do those first. Needing 3s. Rerolling 1s. So all these 1s and 2s can go. There's a lot of them. 3s to wound. All of them. 8. 8 at -2. Again, there's +1 for being in light cover. So 5s.
5s.
Block 4.
Okay, so 2 models.
2.
Yeah, 2 and a wound.
Yes, 2 models can be removed and the wound rolls over. So there's 2. Over to there. Soul Reaper cannon next. Rerolling 1s. 3s to wound. Just the one. -3, so 6 up.
Make it.
Got it. Hellfire Missile Rack. 1 hit. Still 1 hit. A wound comes through. -2. Okay, D3 damage doesn't matter. Model picked off. So lots of firepower going on here at reducing these elite squads down. A lot of attacks available from them. Might be wise for the Terminators to try and get in first. If they can make the charge, it'll be a 9-inch charge to get in. And maybe, just maybe, sending in the Rubik Marines. Aaron does have 3 command points, so he could interrupt play with them. So decisions to make there. Terminator firepower support is available. So I'm going to try and finish off that squad of snipers. I'll be happy to see them go. So we'll go for the Soul Reaper cannon. Rerolling. They're on 2s to hit, actually. Rerolling that 1. No, I should not be rerolling 1s. There's no one around to help them. It's just 3 hits come through. 2 wounds. -3. 6s. Nope. 2 models slain. And then maybe a bit of overkill here with the combi bolters. And the Hellfire Missile Rack. The hatred of these Chaos Space Marines getting the better of them here. It's not my fault. 3s to wound. God dear, could have taken on both squads of snipers. Nope. Aaron's not even bothering rolling dice, they can be removed from play. Okay, got a bit carried away there with the Terminators, but at least one squad of snipers gone. Okay, looking around, I think that's it. So, shooting phase finished. We'll go on to charges next. Okay, charges taking place, not all of them. Terminators didn't make it in across here. Rubik's did go in to try and fight first against the Rostalkers. Dim Prince made it in against Belisarius Gauls, so there's going to be a showdown between those two. And then across here, Maul of Fame, Disco Inferno, and Araman here. A bit of a party going on this left-hand flank. Chance the Thousand Suns to completely clear away Imperial resistance on that flank. So, Aaron can interrupt play if he wants to. So we need to choose our first combat wisely here. Yeah, I'm going to do the Maul of Fiend first. Lasher Tendrils are going to go into those infantry. And then I'm going to go for the fists into the Tech Priest Dominus. 5 attacks, we've got Diabolic Strength once again. Needing 4s. We don't have the stratagems, it's only 2 have gone through, 2s to wound. Those 2 have made it through. Maybe -3. I think there's a 5+ invuln save for him. 5 pluses. Past 1. 3 damage. Patronic time for a command reroll. It's making Aaron think. He's got 2 Patronic dice left. Is it worth trying to keep that warlord alive? If he does survive, he's got to fight against 2 crazed psychers here. Is it worth it? No, it's probably not worth it. No, I mean, even the Black Staff of Araman there is 3 damage a time. So, nice, he's gone. Okay, and then we'll do Lasher Tendrils into those infantry. Need 4s. Some difference about the stratagem. And 2 wounds come through. -2, so 6s. Save 1. Just 1 model slain. And that's it. Can't do anything with my 2 psychers. No, they have to sit there. There's no one for them to fight. Does Aaron want to interrupt play? It's with the Rostalkers. They could try and cause a load of mortal wounds if Aaron rolls well. There's lots of attacks available. If it's worth it, maybe to weaken that squad. It's going to cost 2 CP to do it. Or anticipate a low amount of damage coming through from the Rubik Marines and then fight anyway.
No, I'll put the Rostalkers and use my 2 CP on the
He's going to go for it. It's a chance for this. I was going to say underrated. Not popular unit to try and cause some kind of damage here against the Rubik Marines. So there's 4 of them. If you can get 6s, especially with the cord claws, you cause trouble here.
This is the cord claws.
Okay, 3s. 555. Even something like a 6 would cause trouble. Got the 6. Okay. So we're going to get all his dust for the transonic regular razor attacks coming through. 2s to block them. Yes. But the D3 mortal wounds that Aaron rolled the 6 for. 1. 1 Marine slain. Yeah, I just pointed out correctly that the damage is instead of, not as well as.
Okay, so this is the razors.
Again, 6s would be very, very useful. 1.
And
Just checking their strength. There must be strength 4.
strength 4, yeah.
Yeah, so regular save. Passed because of all his dust.
Okay.
Okay, it's 2 slain.
That's it.
Okay, that's the interrupt done. 2 Rubik Marines brought down. We'll fight back with what we have here, so it's going to be 7 of them. Hateful Assault, isn't it?
Yep.
So I'll reroll this one, first of all. Okay. Yeah, Hateful Assault, it was worth it here. So we're going to do this, reroll those 2. So we're looking at that. And then I reckon it's Death to the False Emperor, another 3. Which have hit. Eek, it's a lot of hits coming through. And they're looking to wound. It's 9. 9 wounds. No minuses. So Aaron can take 4+ armor saves. Just passed a few.
2 dead.
2 models slain. Okay, and then we'll go for the stave, which is 2 attacks and then 3 attacks on the charge. Kyaw. Death to the False Emperor. Another hit. That stave is strength 6. It's going to be 2s to wound. Yep. It's AP -1. So 4 dice, need 5s up. 5s. Okay, that's
2d3, is it?
yeah, so D3 on the first one. He's gone. And 2d3 on the next one. 3. That's enough to kill the alpha. Yeah, target destroyed. We actually have wiped them out. I think you're right. Aaron's just saying they should get it as well, the Mauler Fiends. So we'll put another attack against the... No, he's dead. Sorry, right. Okay. So we could move... No, we'll sit exactly where we are with those. So we'll move on to the last combat here. It's the Demon Prince versus Belisarius Ghoul. So 8 attacks on the charge here with the Demon Prince against Belisarius Ghoul. Rerolling 1s for himself. Okay, there's a 666 there, so Death to the False Emperor. Very handy. Rerolling 1s. Okay, it's a ton of hits. So, I think he's strength 7. Strength 7. Prolific Talons is no extra to wounds.
Another 6 with 3s.
3s to wound. All of them except 1. He always, that slug, always finds himself in trouble in close combat. 9 saves, -2, and 2 damage.
Okay, so -2, she's 4 up. Yeah, oh, not bad at all. 4 wounds taken.
He finds himself in trouble unless Aaron's rolling the dice. Good result. So 4 damage taken, but Belisarius Ghoul survives. Now, what pride it would be if he can turn around and bring that Demon Prince down. So, Consolidation Move, I've swung around, tapped into the vehicle, which we'll get to fight, and we'll see what kind of damage Belisarius Ghoul can do.
4 attacks hitting on 2s. Doesn't need to reroll 1. Okay, this is going in at strength 6.
Okay, there's 4 to wound.
Okay.
2.
Wounds, -2.
3 up in one save. Double 4 passed, ignored.
2d6 additional with the hive, that's 5. Hitting on 2s. 5s. Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Okay, and that brings the turn to an end. A bit of morale to resolve here and here should be fine, but we'll get morale resolved and then we'll look at secondaries to see what points have been picked up here for the Thousand Suns. Yep, so there's a few things happened here, just closing off the turn. Morale failed, model slain, but no others fled. Past morale here, no problem. And then we have Yes, there's a few combats. Across here, the vehicle attacking, no damage against the imprints. And then across here, the Mortal Fiend actually took a wound. That was from one of the Skitari Rangers. That's all been resolved. Points been picked up. Thousand Suns now in all 4 table quarters. 3 points picked up for that. Keeping our units alive, and the Titan Hunter achieved. So points steady here for the Thousand Suns at this stage. We'll go on to turn 3, the middle stage of the game. Admech are still in the fight here. I reckon the Thousand Suns have got themselves in a much better position at this stage. But Admech will fight on for the glory of the Omnissiah, praising the Emperor as they fight and die where they stand. We're going to turn 3 with Adeptus Mechanicus next. Okay, turn 3 here for Adeptus Mechanicus. How many objectives? Just the one you're holding?
Just the one.
Yeah, 5 points picked up for that at least here for this scenario. If you're holding just one objective, you still get the 5 points coming in at the start of the command phase. Looking forward to... Well, it's the 2-up armour save, but they're going to go in anyway. And Aaron has a couple of command points available, so you could put a stratagem on them maybe just to try and soften the Terminators up. It's worth going after them because they're worth 5 points to the Thousand Suns. Across here, Demon Prince, in his boldness, moving in amongst that hornet's nest of firepower over there. Those guns will be on +1 to hit against him, and that character is now exposed, so Aaron may well be able to bring that thing down quite effectively. Breacher's going to maintain on the objective, getting ready to fire, and then across here, backing out of close combat with the Rangers.
No, just stay there, because
Just
anywhere they go, they'll be caught.
Oh, that's sad.
Cells.
Right, okay, okay. So we'll move on to a shooting phase next for the Admech. Yes, Aaron's going to go for it. 30 shots available here. It's 5 shots each with these. 5 shots each with these flechette blasters. This is actually one of my favourite units, the Admech. Just love the sculpts on these, the whole style of them, and one of my favourite combinations with those stratagems. Sort of an ace in the back pocket for the Admech here. But they've survived a turn, and they're getting to shoot again. It's 30 shots this time. So just straight 3s. And your canticles this turn is +1 strength for heavy weapons.
Yep.
And the other one?
Is reroll and field morale tests.
Right.
There we go. Okay.
3s. So this is the easy bit, getting the hits. And then Aaron will be searching for 6s if possible. There's a good chance. There's a lot of hits have come through. I can see some.
Okay, so we've got
3.
6s.
So Aaron total up here. It's going to be 5s. Those 6s will be in addition to normal damage, and then you'll be hoping that the Thousand Suns rolled up some 1s.
So there's 8 saves to be made plus
3.
3. Yeah.
Okay. Just don't roll any 1s, which I haven't. We'll lose this model here and take a wound on another. So the Demon Prince here, he's got the Hourglass of Manat relic. He's guaranteed to get up with D3 wounds remaining. So Aaron could probably gun him down, but then what to do after that? Belisarius calls pulled back. Maybe we're thinking the little disciple that we tried to convert with the Demon Prince, make charge in and try and finish him off, but that could be wishful thinking. We'll see what happens. So we've got to try and bring him down first of all.
Okay.
Demon Prince is vulnerable. There's no rerolls available for the Thousand Suns here, so it's going to be straight dice rolling here if Aaron can find a way through that invuln save.
So we'll do the galvanic rifles 2 in rapid fire range.
Right, snipers on the hilltop first of all.
Okay. They're within 6 of Belisarius now, so they could reroll those.
Yep.
Yep, so I'll hit 5s.
Just the one. There's another shot there because you're 6. 6 shots. Rapid fire.
One of them's out of rapid fire.
Gotcha. Right, no, brilliant. Okay, so save required here. Passed so far. 2 sniper shots.
2 hits.
2 hits. 6s are useful. What? Double 6. Nothing I can do about that. So we're going to drop down to 5 wounds left. And yes, I haven't forgotten. There's 2 saves to make here as well on 3s. Another one has made it through. Nothing I can do. D3 wounds. Oh, 1. Okay, so down to 4. Very helpful firepower from the snipers. So, closest Dune Crawler here, this is their forte. Flying targets.
2s. Hits with the missile.
3s to wound with the missile.
Go.
3+ invuln save. Failed. D6 damage. 4+. Almost got him. Just an auto cannon would be enough to finish him off. Or Gatling rocket launchers, whatever you want to do first. So here comes the Gatling.
Okay, reroll the field because of Belisarius. Okay.
5s to wound. 1. Passed. And then auto cannons. Aaron would be very happy to see. So rerolling the ones, there's 1 dice to reroll there. Failed. Okay, so 3 have made it through.
These are strength 8 now.
Oh, because of your canticle? Yeah, okay, 3s to wound. 2.
2 wounds, yeah.
3+. Oh, we cling on. We're still alive. So it's going to take something else to bring us down. Belisarius Call can't shoot because he pulled back. There is the other Dune Crawler. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's the natural choice.
2. Hits and 3.
No.
Okay. Gatling.
It's going to go right to the wire here.
Reroll the 1. All hit.
5s.
This is strength 7.
Oh, 4s.
4.
No, 3s.
3s. Okay.
Yeah, toughness 6.
Fort -2.
Failed that one. Passed the others. That 3+ invuln, so it's ridiculous. 1 wound left. And it's down to auto cannons here.
All hit. Okay, 2 wounds.
2 wounds. Do 1 at a time for Aaron's pain. Passed. Passed. Anything else? Breaches. Oh no, they're going to turn around and shoot as well.
Okay, so these are on
4s.
Rolling.
Because the Belisarius Call, yeah, good placement. And then 4s to wound. Oh, it's 4 made it through. Ooh. Drop dice. Oh, it's all falling apart. The invuln save's collapsed. Don't even need to roll the damage. Stim print's destroyed. So I'm just gonna roll him over, like so, and leave him at that. But he is slain for now until time turns back. So he'll get back up. If the phase is finished, he'll get back up exactly where he is, with 3 wounds restored. So, ta-da! Hello again. He's back. Okay, Stim Prince remains. Not sure what you want to do about him. You could turn the breaches on him, maybe. They could turn around and charge into him. We're going to... Shooting phase is finished. We're going to charges next. Whether the Admech try and deal with the Doom Prince now, or leave him where he is. And... yes, let's charge here as well. Okay. We're just looking up the rules for Santa's little helper here. He sent him in. What's the damage on his axe? Is it 2?
It is 2, yeah.
Oh, we've got to give him a chance. I can't interrupt play, so Aaron can roll at leisure here. Breaches have managed to turn around and go in, so they've gone into the Doom Prince as well. But the ideal situation, if Aaron can clear those, it will create a bit of a space for now until the Wall of Fiend comes rumbling in. But at least the Doom Prince can go, and it will deny me 5 points as well, so it's worth trying to bring him down. So how many attacks does he get?
He gets maybe 2 attacks.
Right.
I think I'm actually going to go 1 axe and 1 servo arm.
Okay.
And the servo arm's sitting on a 5.
Patronic. Sorry, just... Who's that?
Lucas.
Lucas Becker.
Yeah.
Okay, 5+, Lucas. Oh, can't re-roll anything.
Okay, so the axe then.
The axe.
Doesn't hit that. Okay.
2 1s. 2 1s. I'd say so. Okay, breaches then.
Okay.
Double 1.
Okay, this is 9 attacks.
Now they've got hydraulic claws. They might be able to bring him down. They should be able to. I think you should be able to do it.
Yeah,
If we survive, though.
okay.
Need 4s. That's a very good roll.
These are strength 10 to 3.
3 swoon.
Yeah.
That's good as well.
It's 5.
Damage of D3.
D3, yeah.
Right. Roll these 1 at a time. Just to prolong the pain. Oh, no. Yes. 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 And Yes! Just don't roll a 5 or a 6. Patronic! I don't know why I'm remembering this. Who's that one?
Luke Schwengel.
Luke Schwengel, a chance to slay the Demon Prince. No, 1 wound left. Alright, so Demon Prince survives. Aaron's got dice gathered up for... Oh, across here, yes. We'll move across to the other corner of the table here as the Infiltrators fight against the Terminators. Yeah, it's not fair because I've been going on Aaron to use his Patronic dice, but look at my stack. I've only used 1 so far. Dear me, right, okay. So, how many attacks have we got here?
So we have...
It's 2 each, isn't it, I think?
Yeah.
And then 6 is pop extras.
So there's 10 plus 3, so 13, I think.
13, okay. Okay, so here come the attacks here. No help at all from any stratagems, so looking for 3s.
Okay, average enough. And these are strength 6.
Yeah, so there's a 6 now, and just adding in 2 more dice.
So 3s.
3s to wound.
Yep. That's
It's loads of saves to make, yeah, it's pretty good. Just the problem is the 2 up armor save.
6, 8, 9.
2 ups. Pass them all except 1. It is enough to slay this model though, who's already on a wound. So situation looks like that. So that's that resolved. Before I fight back, you get to pick a combat, so I'll go for that one. So Mauler Fiend. Rerolling 1s. 2s. 2. 2 in 1 saves a 6+. Again, there's 1 model left. We'll see if we can use the Lasher Tendrils against him. Rerolling 1s. I think he's going to go. 2s to wound. Yeah, 3 in 1 saves a 6+. That's the squad destroyed. Okay, now I think was hoping to try and keep at least 1 model alive to try and pin the Mauler Fiend down. Yes, there's a problem on this flank. There's 2 Mauler Fiends queued up, getting ready to move in towards the Admech gun line. That could cause trouble. So fighting back then, we'll do this one here with the Terminators. So I've been charged, so I get the... Yeah, so 2 attacks for the squad leader with a stave and then an extra 1 for being charged. Looking for 3s. Re-rolling 1s, yeah, because of Chicken Wing. Okay, extra attack for Death to the False Emperor. 2s to wound. Yeah, 3 wounds at -1, so 3 saves at 5+.
1, 2.
D3. Dead model. D3. No, so 1 dead model and a wound caused. Regular Terminators with power swords. Okay, Death to the False Emperor again, 2 more, which have hit. 3s to wound. Okay, 4 at -3 for a power sword, so 6 up in 1 save.
Nope.
No, it's 2 more models slain. Here, okay, yeah, roll those around. And that's 3 casualties taken this turn. Terminators fighting back well here. Okay, I'm going to ignore the Disciple. He's no threat to me. I'll fight against the Breachers here. So 4 attacks base, 3 for the twin Mauler Fiends, the Malefic Talons, and then we were charged, so 8 attacks. Rerolling 1s. Okay, Death to the False Emperor, which hits. 3s to wound, strength 7. -2. So 5 ups. 5 dice on 5 ups here. We will not wipe them out. So we need damage 2. And in fact, we're going to kill 1 model and put 2 wounds on another. So Breachers will survive here. Yes, I reckon that's all the combats resolved across the board here. Admech doing the best to hold the Thousand Sons back, but I reckon there's trouble here. The Demon Prince hasn't been dealt with, and across here, Thousand Sons now have full control on this flank, and 2 Mauler Fiends spare and available to send in towards the Admech gun line. So trouble ahead here for the Admech. We'll go on to the 3rd turn for the Thousand Sons coming up. We'll just round off with a bit of morale to resolve and see what points have been picked up here by the Admech. Yeah, it's tricky here. No engageable fronts because this flank's been lost. No points picked up for that. I'd almost got points for Abhor the Witch and also Assassinate, but the wretched demon got back up again after being slain. Turn comes to an end. We'll go on to turn 3 for the Thousand Sons coming up next. All right, so movement done here. 15 points picked up for primaries. This is the slide, we think, now to defeat for the AdMech and to victory for the Thousand Suns. But fighting away here with the Terminators, happy to keep them in close combat. We've swung Chicken Wing around. He might charge in just to try and help them out and sort of speed up, bringing the infiltrators down. Rubik Marine's happy to sit on that objective. Terminator's happy to sit and provide firepower support. Beaker at the back here to hold this objective. Zangles Order 6 for their advance. They've swung across to take this one. We've abandoned that objective. We have enough of them under control now. Funneling through double Mauler Fiend, Araman, and Disco Inferno. Two Mauler Fiends have gone 10 inches, both restoring wounds. One on 8, one on 10. And then Araman going 13 inches with an advance, and Disco going 16 inches with an advance. Dim Prince, we've kept him in close combat. And that's it. We'll go on to Psychic Phase next. Can try and restore models in this unit, starting off. Certainly do. On an 11. Now, that means something. You're going to hate this. If you score 9 or more, it's D3 models. No. Order 1. So it's one model restored. It could have been the full squad been restored back to play, but one model comes back for the Terminators. So that's them done. We'll go for Gaze of Fate here. Should have done that one first on the Demon Prince now. Yeah, well, that'd be useful enough. So that goes... Doesn't. No. And then we'll try and... We'll give you one last chance to convert. No, that's stupid because he's already close combat. We'll try and convert Belisarius Core. We'll turn away from the Apprentice and try and convert the Master instead. Let's see if this goes off. It does. Leadership? 9. Right, so it's visible to him, excluding the opponent's Warlord. Belisarius Core is not. Roll 2d6 if the result is greater than the leadership. So I've got to roll a 10 here. Give me a Patronic. Marcus Symphony and Michael Fryer. Marcus Symphony, give us a 6. 4. It's still possible. I need a 6 with Michael Fryer. Yeah, no, sorry. Okay, it didn't go off. Worth a try, but no converts yet in the game. We'll go for Smite here. Doesn't go off. And then we'll go for... Don't want to risk a perils with him. I'm going to leave his powers. I don't really... Yeah, we'll go for Glamour of Zinch. We'll put it onto the Rubik Marines. That fails to go off as well, so that's Chicken Wing finished. And we'll leave those. Then across here, there's Temporal Manipulation we could use. Temporal Manipulation's out of range. Prescience, though, we can go for. Put it on the lead Mauler Fiend. And that fails to go off on a 3. It's miserable dice rolling here. We'll now move on to the 2 Psychers around the corner. So that's going to be Disco Inferno and Araman. 2 potent Psychic Vows or Psychers available. We'll see what damage they can do. So we'll go for Diabolic Strength on the lead Mauler Fiend first of all. That does not go off, no. And then we'll go for Warp Time. Needing a 5. Surely 1 power can go off. Yes, that goes off. Okay, so we're going to move the front Mauler Fiend again. So we've moved him again. He's just tucked round, ready to charge. And then now it's down to Araman. It's the last Psyker left. So with him, I'm going to go for Zinch's Firestorm first of all. Yeah, it's a bit cowardly. I'm going to try and clear Belisarius Call out of the way. It's just because he's in the way. I'm trying to get through to the guns at the back. So I'll try and make the power go off first of all. See if we can do this. Okay, it goes off. This is with Araman. 9 dice. Needing 6s. And that is the result that we're looking for. Haven't had a decent result from that power for multiple games, and all of a sudden 666 picked up. We now have Belisarius Call down to 1 wound left, and the power for that to try and finish him off. Infernal Gaze. God, it goes off on 11. 3 dice, 4 pluses. 2 mortal wounds. Belisarius Call's gone. Strange goings on here. He's not been shot or brought down in close combat, but through Psychic Might, Belisarius Call is no more. Yeah, I'll try and remove the Eminentus Force Field. So we'll go for Death Hex. I think it can be used for that with Araman here. Range 18, Selecting a unit within 18, visible term. No one safe. Yeah, we'll try and make this go off. And it doesn't go off. Okay, psychic phase finished. Mixed results, but the good result there for the Thousand Suns is the loss of Belisarius Core. He's gone, and now the Thousand Suns are poised with a few units here to get in amongst the gun line here. We'll go on to shooting phase next. So we'll go with the Terminators. I'm going to put all the shots into the sniper team on top. We're going to fire the Hellfire missile rack into the Gene Crawler at the back. So just about in range, 24. Hellfire missile rack, 1 hit. 3's for a wound. Yes, a wound comes through. It's -2. So 5 plus invuln save. No. Damage is D3. A wound caused. Then we'll go after these snipers next with the 4 combi bolters. Looking for 3s. Okay. 3s again. Not so good. It's terrible. 3 at -2.
Nope.
No, 3 slain. And the Soul Reaper Cannon may well be able to wipe out the squad here if we can get the hits. We do get 3. And we do get 2 wounds. 6 is to save. No, snipers are gone. That's the last models. Those 2. That's the last ones just there. Removed from play. Terminators doing their job. Just providing a base of firepower here as other units attack. We've got Rubik Marines here available to shoot. Yes, the Rubik Marines. 2 of them are going to shoot at that one. The rest are going to fire across at the one in the corner that's taking a bit of damage. So we'll do Soul Reaper Cannon first of all. 5's to wound. Wound comes through. AP -3, so 5 plus invuln save.
Nope.
Rerolling ones. Eminentus Force Field. Yeah, they get that. Yeah, okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 bolters. Okay, rerolling ones. Yeah, that's for chicken wing. 5's to wound. 1 wound comes through. -2, so 5 plus invuln save again.
Nope.
No, okay. And then 2 shots over in the corner. We didn't move actually, so we'll get double the shots. So we'll do the 4 shots over in that corner first. 2. 5's to wound. Yeah, another wound comes through. -2. No, so that's on that one in the corner. And then we sat still, so we've got another 4 shots to come from these. Rerolling ones. 5's to wound. Another 5. -2.
Nope.
Rerolling ones. Nope. No, another wound cause. Not too bad from the Rubik Marines. And that's it. I think shooting phase is finished. Multiple charges. We'll see what goes in here for the Thousand Suns coming up next. Okay, charges taking place as the Maul of Fiend's gone in against both of those Gene Crawlers. That's going to shut their firepower down. The other one didn't make it in. I could have tried to go for a command reroll, needing an 8, but we've left it. We've got 1 command point left. Going to use that for Demon Forge. May as well use that on the model we know has gone in, so we'll use that in close combat. Chicken Wing's gone in here to try and help the Terminators clear away the infiltrators. That's charges done. So, no command points for Aaron, so we can fight at leisure here. We'll go for that Maul of Fiend. We'll see what kind of damage it can do with Demon Forge. Yeah, there's a 5 plus invuln save, so we'll go for the one that's been damaged. We'll take on him. Hateful Assault, 4 attacks. We're going to put everything into him. Rerolling. Okay. 2's to wound. No. Strength 6 times 2, strength 12. No, 3's to wound. Those 2 have gone through. Reroll this one anyway, needing a 3. Yep, so 3 saves here of 5 plus. Blocked 1, rerolling ones.
That's true. Nope.
6 damage taken. Down to Lasher Tendrils to finish this thing off. Okay, so rerolling. Definitely helps. Massive difference with that stratagem. Trying to wound, and then the help from the stratagems turned it right around. So 4 at -2. Okay. So 5 pluses.
Nope.
It's going to go. It's going to be 8 damage. Does it explode?
No.
No, alright, but Gene Crawler gone. Exalted Sorcerer, 4 attacks placed, +1 for charging. 2s, rerolling 1s. It's death to the False Emperor. Oh boy. 2s to wound. All of them. All of a sudden, 6 saves at -1. 6 saves of 5+. Block 2.
Yeah, so 4.
4d3 damage. It's going to slay him. And no matter what I roll, well, no, it's just the slightest chance he could survive. D3 on him. That's 2 wounds.
Yeah,
So that's going to be enough to destroy the squad leader. So, good work there from Chicken Wing. Right, round to this side of the board. Breaches. It's Aaron's turn to pick, so breaches against the Dim Prince. No matter what happens in this game, win or lose, you need to kill this thing. This has become the main aim.
Start.
It's a good start. 3s to wound.
Okay, 4 wounds.
Surely. I'm dead now, right. So I've got 4 Patronics left. So, yeah, do one at a time. Just bring over one at a time. Okay. So, thank you.
This is Nathan Scrizuti.
Nathan Scrizuti, 3+. Yes. Next.
Nicholas Lucas.
Nicholas Lucas. Yep. Thank you. Next one.
Okay, that's Paul Cook.
Paul Cook. Thank you very much. And the last one.
Ray Cross.
Ray Cross. Aaron's getting a little bit annoyed with the Patronics. Passed. Oh, still alive. It's my turn to fight. So I'm going to put all my attacks into... Tactically, I should go against the breaches. But that little disciple could... Do you know what? I'm going to give him a chance. He's got one more chance. Yes, we'll let him fight. I'm going to go after the breaches of all my attacks. No, I'll play semi-tactically. I'll put 1 attack into him. No, I'll need to put 2 into him to bring him down. So I'm going to put 2 attacks into him, and the rest will go into the breaches. Okay, so we've settled on a course of action. 4 attacks and 3. 2 going into the disciple, and then these 5 going into the breaches. So, rerolling ones. You've all hit. 3s to wound. It's terrible. Okay, so breaches 1 save at -2.
Yep.
Failed 2 damage. So that slays that model, so there's 1 left. Okay. And then 2 attacks into Santa's helper here. He's been hit twice. Death to the false emperor. Oh dear. 3s to wound. He might even be toughness. I think he's toughness 4.
Yeah.
He is toughness 4. Okay. He's been wounded 3 times. It's AP -2.
Yep.
5 pluses. No Patronic help now. And Aaron's going to roll all of the... Oh, he's dead. And that was the end of him. What a harsh lesson learnt here in this game, 40k. Just, you'd think he would have been in a nice quiet part of the battlefield just doing repairs, but he's found he's found himself in about the worst area on the table for the thick of fighting going on. Multiple chances to convert, but he refused, and so he was slain instead. Dim Prince still locked in combat here. I can't move. Was fighting away against the breacher. So turn's finished. Aaron's just done his attacks with the Dune Crawler against the Ball of Fiend. No wounds coming through. Turn's finished. 1,000 Suns dominate the battlefield. And Aaron will concede at this point in the game. There's hardly anything left here. That was your last HQ, him, to fall?
Yep.
Well, he lasted longer than the others, but ultimately his end was the same. We'll work out points. What we'll do... here, there is no point carrying on, but we'll let the 1,000 Suns roll on with some of the points. So primaries, for example, we'll count up the points for that. Engage in all fronts as well. We'll give you a final score for this battle. But it's a resounding victory here to the 1,000 Suns against the Adeptus Mechanicus. Yeah, ouch. Scoreline is painful here. 17 points for the AdMech, 2 points picked up for engaging all fronts, and then the second, or the primaries were coming in, but it was cut short during the game, so 15 points picked up. So 17 in total. 1,000 Suns maxing out on primaries. Titan Hunter, 10 points picked up for that. Engaging all fronts, 14 points in total picked up for that. And while we stand, we fight. We kept the 3 units alive. The Demon Prince just about on 1 wound left. And 2 units of Terminators, using them as supporting units away from much of the thick of the fighting. So 86 points picked up for the 1,000 Suns here. A very strong start for them for our Season 9 battle reports. So it's a good fun game though. It's a great combination, these 2 armies taking each other on. 2 very different styles. The screening units the deep striking support and the psychic ability and the rampaging Wall of Fiends for the Thousand Sons. And then the gun line. Belisarius called gun line for the Adeptus Mechanicus, the Imperial Knight, quite a feature for the army, and the other supporting units as well. But in this particular fight, it's been the aggression from the Thousand Sons that's paid off. And the final nail in the coffin was the disruption of that gun line at the back, led by the Dim Prince, and the Wall of Fiends breaking through as well. So what of the future? Thousand Sons off to a good start. It'd be great to see them make progress into the later stages of the league. We'll have to see. There's 2 more games for them to come. Games are splitting over on the Plus channel and over on YouTube as well. So if you want to check out all the action, then be sure to sign up to the Plus channel to see all of the games taking place and all the extra content there as well. For the Adeptus Mechanicus, they've played their 3 battles, so they'll pull away for now. We'll await the new codex and rework the army, perhaps some experimental games in the future, looking out for some new units being added as well. So down but not out with the Adeptus Mechanicus. Experts at building and rebuilding. We'll see them again, all being well, and maybe some new units being added, new codex, new tactics for that army. So we look forward to seeing them again in the future. But in this particular fight, the forces of chaos prevail on this battlefield. Great game. Thanks for watching, and we'll call out the silver level patrons. Caleb, Darren Gardner, Danny Wright, Maxfield Knuckles, My Shield is Discussed, Peter Goodall, and TC. Big thanks for your support at silver level. So units of the game we'll talk about next. Both of us will choose units that have done well. Okay, Aaron's going to give it to the Infiltrators. Not too bad. They landed, wiped a unit out, got stuck into close combat, so a good effort from them, and helping to pick you up points for engaging all fronts as well, so useful enough unit. For the Thousand Sons, honourable mention to the Mauler Fiends. They did well, annoying distraction and dangerous when they get in close combat. We saw how much damage they did against the Knight and against other targets, but I give it to the Demon Prince. He helped to break into the gun line, survived through the whole game, so a very useful unit indeed as well. That's units of the game for both sides.